Hello and welcome to Inside Modular, the podcast of commercial modular construction brought to you by the Modular Building Institute. Welcome everyone. My name is John McMullen. I'm the marketing director here at MBI. Today I'm talking with Cristian Ossa, commercial manager for Tecno Fast. Cristian is here to talk about Tecno Fast's long history of workforce housing projects and share some insights about Tecno Fast's success. Cristian, thanks for being here.
Hi, John. Thank you. Thank you for letting us to introduce Tecno Fast to everyone.
Absolutely. So tell me about yourself, Cristian. What's your background and how did you come to be at Tecno Fast?
Well, I'm a commercial engineer. It's a kind of business and administration. I started working on Tecnopanel. It's a related company from Tecno Fast. And in 2010, I started working here in Tecno Fast as a deputy commercial manager. And right now I'm the commercial manager. I'm in charge of developing projects and manage the fleet, industrial fleet.
Very good. So tell me about Tecno Fast itself. Where did the company start and how's it grown over the years?
Well, it's a long trip. We started, Tecno Fast was born in 1995. And the first project was a hotel for Coyahuasi mine. And also we built the workforce camp. Then in 1998, we arrived to Peru. In 2001, we won our first MBI award for the hotel that we did in Pelambres. In 2010, we started with the leasing business area. And well, in 2015, we started with our own hotel division. And in 2017, we built the tallest modular building in South America for Anglo-American. It was a 6-story building under heavy site conditions with a lot of snow. And then in 2019, we automatized our production plant. And also we are generating the 80% of the energy that we use to fabricate models here in the plant.
Well, that's quite a bit of growth, indeed. So what's the size of your rental fleet now? How many beds can you offer at a time?
Well, if talking about the holding, all the companies that are related to Tecno Fast, we have almost 450,000 square meters in the lease fleet. 80% of them are for a commercial fleet. There are offices and that kind of solutions. Mm-hmm. And the other 20% is for our workforce housing fleet. It's about 10,000 beds that we have in 6 or 7 projects, in different projects.
Wow. So let's talk about workforce housing itself. How would you define workforce housing?
Well, first of all, it's important that it's a solution that is focused on the people that use these facilities. Mm-hmm. So because they spend a lot of time in there, so we focus on this solution have to be comfortable and allow them to have a good rest. Generally, these site conditions are very tough, so we have to develop solutions that fix up with their needs. And they are far away from home, so we have to give them the best conditions. That's the important thing.
So what can you tell me about the modular workforce housing projects in South America right now? How are these buildings being designed and how are they being built so that their occupants are as comfortable as they can be?
Well, we have made a lot of workforce housing camps in Chile, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina. And what they have in common is that they are in remote places. Mm-hmm. For certain times. So I think leasing their camps is a good solution for our clients. But on the other hand, we have projects with different site conditions and we have to develop them with specially care in where are they. So every camp is a custom solution. And engineering is very important for that.
Does Tecno Fast provide workforce housing for all types of work sites, or is there a niche that you specialize in?
Um, Most of our projects are for mining and and energy industry.
Okay.
This is because the projects are far away from village or towns, so it fits very well for them. And of course, we have different standards. For example, we have rooms with common bathrooms in the center of the building. We have rooms sharing a bathroom, and also we have private rooms with private bathroom. It depends of what the clients need. And generally, these are lump sum solutions with water tanks, with sewage plants, generators, and all that things.
So you're bringing in all of these materials, the water tanks, the sewage system, to everything.
Yeah, yeah, and we have to plug all the buildings to these solutions. We have all the utilities for because they need a solution. They don't need only a building.
How long does it take to set up one of these camps typically? I guess it depends on the size, but do you have an average?
Well, the size, of course, is important. But I can 5 6 months for a 500 man camp. It's at the average.
Okay. I know Tecno Fast has won a lot of awards from MBI for its relocatable workforce housing projects. And most recently, I think it was last year, for the Escondida Camp 7000 project. Tell me more about that particular project. How long did it take to get those buildings up and running?
Well, that project was a big challenge because we replaced buildings that were removed before. So we designed the project thinking how to reuse the foundations that were on site, the connections that were on site. Also, we designed the camp in the COVID situation, so people have to sleep in personal bedrooms, and of course that challenges us because we have different types of bedrooms, and we have to develop a specific one for them. Um, so we have to optimize the model, of course, following all the regulations that are used to design these camps. And well, for example, we designed this model that two models can go in one track, so we have freight cost efficient. In terms of timings, we installed the 324 models in 4 months on site.
Wow. Did the terrain give you any particular challenges on that project?
Yeah, this was like I said before, was in between a camp that was in use. So we have to build this without interfering the operation of the camp. So that was a very big challenge also.
Are you entering any projects in MBI's Awards of Distinction this year?
Yeah, we are presenting 7 projects, I think so. A couple of them are related to workforce housing solution. One of them is Rajo Inca project. It's about 1,200 people in Copiapó. Also, in that case, we are operating the camp, so we are giving the whole service, building and operating the camp to Codelco is the client. And the challenge there was permits. There was a very big hard work to get them. And also in terms of size, this camp is almost 15,000 square meter.
Wow.
And the other project that is related for workforce housing solution is Rincon. It's a lithium project in Argentina. This project is the first stage of a big one. And in 4 months, we have to build 250 man camp. The challenge here also was the logistic, because we was sending models from Chile to Argentina and all that is related to that in a very tight schedule, costumes, import or export requirements, etc.
You brought up something I actually wanted to ask you about: logistics. It seems to me that these massive camps that you guys are building must take just an incredible amount of logistical thought. How do you arrange all the trucks, the manpower, just to get the buildings from A to B?
Yeah, we have a pool of subcontracts that they give us as that service. But like you said before, it's very heavy, the logistic and organize and coordinate, because the models leave our industry, leave our plant, and they have to go on site and at the moment that we are assembling. So you have to coordinate everything.
How is there a typical distance that your units travel between where they start and where they end up at a camp?
Distance, well, for example, in Chile, we have the main projects are at the north of Chile, the north of Chile. So we have almost 2,000 kilometers from our plant to the site, and there's 3 or 4 days of truck. So it's very important to coordinate that.
So tell me about some of the other challenges that Tecno Fast has faced in its workforce housing projects. Are there common problems that need to be solved, do you think, or is each case sort of unique?
No, there's common problems. Logistics, you already know that it's a big challenge. Also, these camps are in remote sites, so you are far away from civilization, something. So you have to build these camps, looking where you're going to feed your crew, or where you're going to. Everything is far. That's why, for example, some clients ask us to operate the solution, because we're in the early stage of a project. So they need a solution, not only the buildings, they need a whole solution, and they ask us to operate that.
How do you guys provide power? Is it generators that you bring in, or are you tapping into some other source?
Yeah, mostly it's generators, because like I said before, when we arrive to site, there's nothing. So
yeah,
the only way to start is with generators.
Just an amazing undertaking, it seems to me, to create a town essentially for hundreds or thousands of workers out of nothing.
Yeah.
So switch tracks for you, Arnie, just for a second. What can you tell me about Tecno Fast's recent acquisitions? I know the company acquired Triumph Modular here in the States. What's the goal for Tecno Fast? Global domination or something else?
Well, we like you said, we have recent acquisition in US and Europe also.
Okay.
With Triumph in US and Alco in Barcelona, in Spain. Well, this is a kind of strategy to, of course, for growth the company, and also we are looking for options to get in these mature markets and develop our solutions. Could be the rental or the leasing solutions and the sales solutions. I think they are good platforms to get in that countries and start developing them.
Very good. Very good. Well, speaking of being in different parts of the world, are you or Tecno Fast going to be at the World of Modular conference in March next year?
Yes, of course. I'm looking forward to the convention. I think it's a really good instance to meet each other and learn a little bit more about some experience of the other companies' projects. And also, it's important to know what is going on in terms of innovation or modular solutions. So I think I will be there.
Well, excellent. I look forward to seeing you there. You could probably teach your own session on logistics. I have a hunch that there's a lot more that goes into it than perhaps you're even alluding to. It's mind-boggling to me. But thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, Cristian. I look forward to meeting you in March. And thanks again.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. See you.
My name is John McMullen, and this has been another episode of Inside Modular, the podcast of commercial modular construction. Until next time.